my beautiful speakers of truth. Today we are going to talk about the ancient divine feminine power and how to recover this divine power. The one coming from the Egyptian goddess Isis and the divine qualities embodied in the figure of the tarot card, the Empress, the queen of all the queens. We will also talk about how to be empowered in the divine feminine energy and how to surrender to the power of acceptance. Huge divine feminine quality that has a tremendous impact on the healing of the divine masculine. Well, let me present myself. This is Natalia Savislag, an inspirational teacher, language professor, expert in education, light coach, and intuitive healer. I am glad today to welcome you to my channel, Speak Your Truth and Live Your Life with Light, where the main purpose is to guide you in finding your truth and helping you discover this path. Well, the topic of today is recovering the ancient divine feminine power. First of all, let me tell you that all of us, we have a divine masculine and a divine feminine inside. It doesn't matter the gender on the physical plane. What it matters is to achieve the balance in ourselves. Why? Extremes are not the right option. But to get balance, it is necessary to be in balance first. We have to experience what the counterpart perceives to be on the same field and be perceived equally as well. Right now, we are in the moment of learning to be receptive. It's time to be open to receive love from others, and to receive wonderful blessings from the universe. What do I want to mean with all of this? Well, from my feminine perspective, and being a woman, let me tell you that I have been experiencing from last year until March 18th a deep impact of divine masculine energy in myself. I think that is very interesting because I was perceiving that in the collective too. It has been tough for all of us to experience the figure of the masculine action, being proactive and strong. To be honest, when I felt that, it was not really who I was. Personally, I have been feeling moody, bossy, and particularly critical with the masculine. But this has been a huge realization to see that being on that role was repelling the masculine. But at the same time, that process of integration of the masculine was necessary to understand the masculine side and be more compassionate towards them. That was a great lesson to see that compassion and forgiveness were great qualities of the divine feminine, and there were more qualities that divine feminine possessed. Actually, in this podcast, we are going to talk about the authentic and organic position of the divine feminine, who comes from the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis, and the divine qualities embodied in the figure of the tarot card, the Empress, the queen of all the queens. Let's talk about the presentation of Isis and the Empress qualities. Isis, the goddess, who is the timeless expression of the divine feminine, devoted to empowering others, supporting the awakening of humanity. She brings value and respect to the roles of wife and mother. She's the patron of magic, nature, and healing, and is considered a protector of the dead. Her compassion, love, and tenderness had made her especially appreciated to women throughout time. As the protector of women, Isis helped women in childbirth and comforted women when their loved ones died. She showed us that women had a great potential of strength and inspiration. Isis reconnects us with our innate healing power. She calls us to reclaim our individual power and take responsibility for our healing journey, to show us our ability to heal ourselves and to heal others. Isis can help to awake your intuition. She also empowers you to use the healing power of love and gratitude and to raise the energy level of the physical body by connecting to Source. She reminds us that grief is a powerful part of our experience in life and should not be repressed. Grief that is not expressed can eventually become physical illness. From my personal perspective, this is a very good teaching for our masculine side to embody part of the feminine and create balance in them. Vulnerability is okay, and to express your emotions openly and honestly is perfectly okay. It's time to change the erroneous preconception that men have to be tough and that they are not allowed to show their emotions when it is something totally natural. Well, if we go to the Empress, we can observe here very important features of the divine feminine too. It's in the position of the Empress where our divine feminine resides. If you see the image of the tarot card, you can see an Empress in the position of receiving, sitting down on her throne, wearing her crown, and is in that position exactly where we must be to embody the divine feminine, knowing and recognizing our power, the divine power of creating, of manifesting things on this physical reality. On her feet, she has a field of grain. That field represents her dominion over growing things. She represents the productivity of the subconscious, seeded by ideas, the power of inspiration, and the embodiment of the growth of the natural world, fertility, and what one knows or believes from the heart. That's for me to be in the position of divine trust, acting, being moved by intuition, knowing that all is well and that everything will come in divine timing. No rush, it will come. Okay? So, a call for reflection. I would like to make a call for reflection for women to be empowered in their divine feminine energy. Right now, it's time to leave the old role of feminine, classifying women as weak, fragile, and dependent. But it's also time to leave behind the distorted modern version of the feminine being on the masculine energy, acting more from our mind instead from our wisdom. Where is our sovereign power It's also time to stop being a feminine competitor with other women. It's time to be organic. It's time to be authentic. Being a helper and supporter of other women. Being on the magical energy of receiving instead of giving all the time. It's time to create because we are beautiful creators. It's time to heal our wounds because we are healers. And it's time to trust on the divine because we have the wonderful gift of intuition. Let me tell you that it was hard to be embodying all those energies and heal the energies we needed to release. But it was a wonderful opportunity for creating balance between masculine and feminine and masculine, and that balance is what brings oneness, togetherness, and unity. And this unity will bring soon union. A union manifested in harmonious relationships, respect for each other, support, devotion, and emotional abundance. Abundance that will be also reflected on the collective in all the senses. The power of acceptance. When we accept ourselves how we really are, is when we see the acceptance of others manifested in our reality. The power of acceptance resides in us. It's not outside, it's in us. We don't need approval of others. We need our own approval. Sometimes our own limitations and restrictions are our worst enemies. When we see outside rejecting us, those people who mistreat us or who don't respect us, okay, or who make you feel miserable, okay, they are the mirror of our own rejection to be accepted how we really are. Or maybe they are the fear we have within to be rejected outside, and that fear is manifested on the external world. Acceptance is so powerful. Acceptance is forgiveness. It's to be vulnerable. It's to be brave, to open, to communicate and talk about our wounds and accept our both sides, light and darkness, darkness and light, and embrace the wholeness in us. It's when we accept our wholeness within, when we are in our feminine power. And then, when we heal the masculine, on the contrary, if we are in the non-acceptance, that's what gives the masculine the sense of being stuck. And the feminine doesn't understand what's going on. So here you have the answer. This is what's going on. This is pivotal. We must accept every single part within us. That's what is unconditional love. Because working with the purity of our heart is what can bring union and balance. That union inside can be reflected outside in harmonious relationships, partners, friends, people who vibrate on the same frequency, in a whole community who share a common purpose. Bring light to this world, help and support each other. Act in honor of the highest good and be connected in togetherness, oneness, and wholeness. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And remember, like my daughter says in Spanish, because she's bilingual, Mama, suscríbete. So please, subscribe. And if you want to be part of our community, you can go to Instagram or our Facebook page, Live Your Light with Light, and continue seeing our videos in our YouTube channel. Okay? So, see you soon. And remember, speak your truth and live your life with light.